May I now call on a person without whose leadership, support, and collaboration this conference would not have been a success. I call on the Honorable Chair of BkkbN, our friend, Dr. Surya Chandra Surapaty, to give his closing remarks.
Ministers, Excellencies, colleagues, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of the 2016 International Conference on Family Planning. Together we have secured ICFP 4 as the world's largest evidence-based conference on family planning to date. Indonesia has been proud to welcome you all and to host this conference with the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been exciting 4 conference days, longer than for many of us. More than 4,000 eminent people from more than 100 countries in the fields of government, academia, international, intergovernmental, governmental, and non-governmental organizations, private sectors, civil society, and technical community, and the media gathered in such a beautiful place of Bali. This conference has built tremendously on the momentum of the family planning movement, pushing forward and growing the evidence based on good family planning practices and its many benefits. There is new evidence on adolescent development. At the same time, we have engaged the agency of youth. We heard the voice of faith leaders and organizations for better family planning implementation. There have been presentations on the importance of communication efforts to change family planning behavior, on effectively organizing family planning services for the urban poor and those marginalized or living under humanitarian crisis, on mobilizing client demand for contraceptive care when they present for sexual, child, and maternal health, including post-abortion services, on the life-saving need for safe abortion, and on innovative mechanisms and the potential of the private sector to complement public spending. We are excited about the promises of new contraceptive technologies, especially those coupled with protecting from sexually transmitted infections, as well as by the diverse range of mobile outreach, village and community level approaches to bringing family planning services to rural households. The impact of fertility declines on infant and child mortality means longer lived. The changes of the age composition of population can produce demographic dividends. Conference has shown there is wide geographic variation in how fully and quickly different parts of the world experience this transition based on systematic investment in family planning. Conference presentations have demonstrated that the younger generation is a reservoir of human potential and capital with a quality of skills that, like water, will nourish and protect future populations, but only if wise financial policies and investment are in place. Good family planning also leads to good aging, enabling older generations to enjoy the dignity of financial independence while living well and still contributing to society. Ladies and gentlemen, let us remember His Excellency President Jokowi's aspirations for this conference. that ICFP address the main foundations necessary to build the planet it wants by 2030, ensuring all women and girls are empowered to choose whether and when they want to have children and space their birth, so that mothers and their babies have better opportunity for better lives. Indonesia stands out as a country on a path to sustainable development. And while the road ahead is paved, we want it to be the super highway we know it can be. Investments in family planning as a comprehensive rights-based approach can ensure that all our households benefit from future economic growth equitably, that good governance leads to fulfill transparency and equal opportunity for every Indonesian to achieve his or her full potential, and that our natural resource environment remains protected for future generations to enjoy. In an era of globalization and as an economic leader in the ASEAN community, Indonesia needs clearly plays an important role in the global community. Indonesia is ready to expand its role as a source of technical support for South-to-South cooperation and family. The theme of conference is global commitments, local actions. Our development goals unite us globally. But to achieve the sustainable development goals, we must act locally. Indonesia also needs to look inward. Local actions means Indonesia must align and integrate its family planning approach with a decentralized system of governance, empowering community through, we call it Kampung KB or family planning village, working and coping with universal health, national social insurance. With economic development accelerates an increasingly urban population and greater demand for comprehensive reproductive health. These changes mean we must revitalize Indonesians' family planning program going forward by focusing on relevant of strategic planning, structuring family planning institutions at the local level, and strengthening human resources for family planning. This includes efforts on mental revolution, to focus our mindset on how to prioritize and serve better on people's needs. Now, we have spent 4 days acquiring important knowledge, analytic methods, and programmatic best practices to reinforce the scientific and experiential wisdom that are essential tools for moving us toward universal access to reproductive health through family planning. With the Sustainable Development Goals and accountability for our commitments to FP 2020's goals ahead of us, and because we have a long road to travel, we do not have time to waste. Usually, after a large and exhausting conference, we return to our routines and attend to other matters. This time, we should take up the call of one of our opening speakers. We need to act smarter. We need to act together. And above all, we need to act now. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand here to encourage you that when you return, do not shift your attention to other matters. I do beg you to work, instead and accelerate our collective achievement to bring contraceptive access to another 100 million women in the poorest countries of the world, and see that in 2030 and beyond, we will live on the planet we want and know we can have. Since the International Conference on Family Planning is a biannual event to share best practices and lessons learned from developing countries, we look forward to seeing you again in the next ICFP, when we shall reconvene to discuss another topical theme affecting the family planning program. Thank you and have a safe journey back home.